Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afrobeats All Access Podcast, your gateway to the vibrant world of Afrobeats culture. I'm your host, Carlo Dwyer, popularly known as the Afrobeats Connoisseur. And on today's episode, I'm going to be chopping it up with a man of many talents. He's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a producer, and he's an all round Afrobeats aficionado. Please give it up for the multi talented Litboy. Nice one, man. Good to see you, my brother. I'm going to be chopping it up with him. I'm going to get the inside scoop on how he got started, his career highlights, and some of the challenges he's faced, and some of his future plans. Well, before we get into all of that, I wanted to take a moment to remind you guys to like and subscribe, as it helps us to get our numbers up and gives us the opportunity to do this bigger and better. Our Instagram handle is Afrobeats All Access Podcast. So you can check us out, follow us, make sure, you do the needful to get us going. So now, joining me all the way from Lagos, Nigeria is a very special guest. I'm incredibly excited to have him on the show. Just to give you a bit of background, Litboy's real name is Ayomide Ajayi. He's been singing since he was 16 years old. He all started in the church choir. Then later, he started visiting the studio in order to follow his dream. He then went as far as using his school fees to pay for studio sessions. Hey, now wow.
Crazy time.
Then when his mom found out about it, she made him stop doing the music and focus on his education. So after he graduated from school, then he now decided that, okay, he wants to fully focus on the music and start doing music officially. Welcome, my brother. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Honestly, this has been in the works for a while. I'm glad we finally made this happen. And even more special is that you're the first guest on the show. How you doing? How you doing? How's things with you?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're looking good. Looking good. I see you. I see you. But you know what? I think it's really important for the audience to really understand like how I kind of, came across your work and how I met you basically. So, it's a really it's a very interesting story. I came across your song by me on an Instagram video. I think I was randomly scrolling through Instagram at night. I stumbled across the Bami sort of promo video that you did, and
Yeah.
I was like, yo, who is this guy? Like, like the swag was all there, like the vocals were on point. I was like, man, how do I find this song? So I'd actually like gone on to like Apple Music and Spotify to go and search for the song, and I couldn't find it. So I was like, how do I get this song? So I actually DM'd you. Do you remember that? I DM'd you, and I was like, yo, how can we, find this song? So, he said he hadn't dropped yet, and like, we were gonna drop it very soon. So I said, okay, no, I So we exchanged numbers and we kept in touch. And then you sent me the copy of the song, and that was basically what sort of kicked off this whole like, relationship where I've been speaking to and you've been keeping me up to date with all the kind of stuff that you're working on. But just for the benefit of the podcast listeners, let's just get an idea of who you are. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself? Who is Litboy?
Yeah, first of all, yeah, I want to thank you for honoring me on this show to be the first artist that is going to be on podcast with you. Thank you very much. And my name is Ayomide. My real name is Ayomide Ajayi. Started doing music when I was like 16 years old. I'm sure you know the story already. So I started from the church, and because here we are. I started doing music officially like 5 years ago. So that was actually my name was not Litboy then, it was Media Vibes. Yeah. So I had to change and Yeah, that was my name.
I like it. I like it. That's nice.
The funny thing is, the lead boy
Yeah.
was given to my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
There was a girl.
You
Then
know,
the guy,
was going to ask you, funny enough, you actually preempted it. I was going to ask you, like, how did you come up with the name Litboy? But you just answered the question. So you were Midday Vibes
yeah,
before, and then
yeah,
an ex-girlfriend gave you Litboy. She doesn't know what she did for
yeah.
you by giving you that
By giving me that name. I said, sick then, like, people start calling me, because I was staying in the house with some couple of friends, and they heard I called me Big Bro, and since then, they calling
Yeah.
me to name. I just, yeah,
Yeah,
those
and I have to be honest with you. So when
are,
I
yeah.
saw the name Lit Boy, in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, right, Lit Boy. Who dash you, Lit Boy?
Who touched me,
So
boy?
I was thinking,
Thinking,
because it was your name I first saw. You understand? So I was like, who does this guy Lit Boy? What does he mean lit?
what
Like,
does it mean?
what's lit now? You understand? Then when I now heard. I now saw the
Yeah.
swag. I now heard the your voice and the production and everything. I was like, wow, like this guy is really lit, boy. True. He's not joking. He's lit.
You
You
have
know?
to believe that for you to be comfortable with the name, you have to believe your lifestyle, your music, everything. For you to
Yeah.
be really comfortable. So I just felt like, I'm here my song, I'm talking. Sorry for you there for
Nah, I hear that, man. So I'm having some issues with my camera, so this thing it keeps kind of dropping off. But as much as possible, I'll try to keep it clean. So can you tell us a little bit about your musical upbringing? Like how did you get into the music business? What inspired you to start doing music?
Yeah, I grew up in a musical family actually, because my late dad used to play talking drums in church. My mom was the choir mistress. My siblings, everybody were in the choir. So
Yeah.
that actually shaped my music. And in the house, my mom every morning, my mom always played K1, King Bashi and Marshall. So I grew up listening to music, different kind of music, Westlife, R&B, and everything. There's always been playing in the house. So and I grew up in the house, so that was just the old music. Yeah,
Nice,
so
nice, nice, nice.
that's
No, that's good. So basically, I was gonna say because one of your many talents is your apart from being a singer is like you're a songwriter. You're a songwriter as well. So how what's your songwriting process like? Like what inspires you to write music, and what's kind of like that process like? Can you talk us through like how you approach writing a song, and how do you kind of come up with those vibes basically?
uh, well, the thing is, there's nothing too serious going on when because I spend most times I write music for people like I'm writing for myself because I enjoy making music. So it's
Yeah.
not like I have to do a special thing. So I just write music. That's it. I listen to beats and I write music.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And then, are there any specific like messages? Some people like they they talk about love. Love is a very key theme in their music. Some people talk about like money, or like balling out, that kind of thing. What's your do you have any specific message that you would like to kind of like express through your music?
One thing about me is that I don't like going that one direction with my music. I don't like to box up my sound. Today I can try to do a love song. Tomorrow I'll do a style music, and I feel like that is very, very important when it comes to Afrobeats. You
Yeah,
don't have to be keeping one thing. And just decide to do any type of music. Anybody can relate to it. So I
yeah.
feel like that's the best thing for Afrobeat right now.
Yeah. And then so another thing that I happen to know, obviously from having like various discussions with you, is
Yeah.
like you've worked with some of the biggest names in the Afrobeat scene. Like
Yeah.
some people would not even believe some of the artists that you've worked with because when I was talking to you, and you've been in the studio with some real heavyweights. Can you talk to us about some of the collaborations that you've done? Some of the big artists that you've worked with in the studio.
Well, I've worked with so many big artists. Let me start with ten. I have a song with ten.
Oh, for real?
We start. Yeah,
Kanaki. Yeah, I love Teddy.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to
10.
Teddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
she love music.
So, what happened was when the producer of mine worked, I was working with her then. So he was supposed to have a session with her, and I followed him. So when we got to the studio, the guy now started playing music, random music, and he played mine. And tell me, like, yo, who's that? I'm like, this guy. I was like, play the music and shit. So she listened to the music, and that was it. She was like, you want to jump on it? I love this music. Me too, please jump on it. So that was that day she recorded a verse on the music, and that was how we started our relationship. Yeah,
Nice.
so yeah, that section was like Nyaya, um, Whiskey, Runtown,
Wow.
uh, yeah, you mentioned the season. Tiwa Savage, Ruga,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I saw that. I saw that you wrote that verse for Tiwa. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I was meant to disclose that or not, but you
No,
know,
it's fine.
that's an exclusive right there. Like you actually used Tiwa Savage's verse on Ruger's Smash It, Toma Toma. That was big. That was a massive, massive song.
Yeah, that's my latest, thing.
Yeah, no, that's really good. And who would you say is like the most? I guess I don't really want to say it like this, but like who were you in the studio with, and like you were like, whoa, this guy's really really good. This guy's really talented, or this girl is really talented. You know?
I'm gonna say Wally Cool. I've actually worked with a lot of talented people, but Wally Cool, yo,
You
Wally
mean
Cool
what they call
is,
like the actual one they call
yeah,
you know
the actual Wally Cool.
the black diamond one they call. Okay,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
crazy. This is crazy because like you
yeah,
know, you've been in with everybody, and I think there's even another story about King Maddie that I'm not sure if you want
yeah,
to share. So King Maddie's one of my favorite artists, and I was really hyped when you mentioned to me that you'd been in the studio with her as well. So you know,
yeah,
your reputation speaks for itself. You know.
yeah, yeah.
So moving on, I was gonna say, what are some of the
We're gonna keep pushing.
yeah, what would you say is like the biggest challenge that you faced so far? Because I know, like being a musician, you know, it's not easy, kind of keeping things together. Like, what's the biggest challenge that you faced in your career so far?
Hmm. I'm gonna say there's a time I was there's a time I was staying with a friend of mine that I like
Yeah,
20, time about like 2 years back. Sha. So
yeah,
we're staying in a room and he was staying with his girlfriend. I don't know if I'm supposed to disclose it, but yeah, it's
yeah,
fine. So we're staying in the room, me, him, and his girlfriend, and it was
yeah,
not a conducive environment. So for like a year, 2 years, I couldn't write music because I was not mentally there. I was having writer's block and stuff. Couldn't write
mm,
music, tell anybody. I was depressed. So I feel like that. I'm going to say that's the time that I really feel the challenge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you know like when you actually like felt that you know what this is something that I really really want to do like full time. You know, do you remember that specific moment where you thought to yourself, you know what, I'm gonna really do this?
To be honest, I've always, since the day I listened to music, like 2 years, I've always, can't remember, like when I was very, very young, I've always known that, okay, but I didn't know I wanted to be a musician. Apparently, I wanted to be like a music producer or something,
Hmm.
but I didn't know I was really going to be a musician as an artist. So
Nice.
I actually started as a music producer. Then,
Okay.
yeah, I started
So you
making beats.
okay? So you know your way behind the boards as well as a
Yeah,
producer.
I
So
found out making beats. Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's nice. So you're a bit of a singer, songwriter, music producer. You know, you do some sound engineering. You know, like you do it
Yeah,
all basically.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so as looking into the future, as an artist and a songwriter, what's
Yeah.
next for
For
Litboy? What can we
Litboy,
hope to
what can we
expect?
hope to
You know,
expect?
looking into
Looking into
2025
2025.
and beyond,
Yo,
basically.
I'm going I'm going to say this here. I have a lot of great music to put out, and I feel like that's the next line of action right now. Put out great music, good content. Yeah, like for now, that's what's coming up. Good
I,
music.
and you know what? It's really funny that you say that because I know that you have a lot of heat. I know you've got a lot of heat.
Yeah, a lot.
I, and we've got like there's so much music that you've got that I'm actually trying to encourage you to kind of drop the music. You know,
Yes,
I've been very fortunate enough for you to share some of that music with
yeah.
me. And guys, when I tell you,
Exclusively.
yeah, exclusive. I've heard some of the tracks that he's coming with. When I tell you, you know, get ready, just get ready because he's coming. He's coming. He won't be denied. You know. So I was gonna ask you, like, who's the most? I think you said. I think I might have asked you this already. So the most talented artist that you worked with is Wande Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who would you like to work with in the future? You know, yeah, because I know you've worked with quite a number of artists already who you've mentioned, but is there
Yeah.
anyone that you haven't worked with just yet that you think, you know what, actually that would be quite, you know, cool if I could work with that person?
Let's see. In Nigeria, because I would like to work some other people.
Nigeria, worldwide, you know, just give us a flavor.
Okay, in Nigeria, I'm going to work. I want to work with Olamide. I want
Okay,
to be.
Badu.
I do.
Badu. Shout out to
Uh,
Badu. Shout out to Badu. I get it. I
yeah,
get it. He's cold.
yeah,
Love
yeah.
Badu.
One, and one because I was in studio with him, but we didn't play music together. But I was just looking at him singing and like. So I love to make music with on the as well.
Okay. No,
Uh,
that's nice. Yeah,
yeah,
I get it.
I ran. So,
Anyone else? Anyone else that you like to work with, or is that those are the main?
Rema.
Rema, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rema is on fire right now. I'm not even gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah,
Okay, so I mean, from an impact perspective, what
yeah.
impact do you hope to have on the Afrobeats genre and the global music scene?
Um, as I said earlier, I want to be able to make other artists, my colleagues in the game, understand that it's okay for you to be versatile in the sound. It's okay for you
Yeah,
to, because I know there was a time that if one hit song just drop, like everybody start going to that direction.
yeah,
So I want artists to feel to know that it's okay to be yourself and still be unique at the same time. So
nice,
you don't have,
nice.
you have to, yeah, you just have to, you don't have to be in one box. Just feel
I
free
love
and
that.
enjoy the, yeah.
I love that. I love that. No, that's really really good answer. So when you're not making music, you know, and you're just chilling out, you know, relaxing, what do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I'm a gamer actually. I love to play game. I play on PS5 and
Yeah,
I read time, not every time. I read sometimes. I just go online, search for online books.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Nice,
I
nice. You're a
go.
gamer. I love that.
Yeah.
And these are some fun questions, so I'm just going to kind of throw them at you. You know, just keep it a bit interesting. If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would that be and why?
I'm going to go to area.
Okay,
Go
BO2.
to. Then
Yeah,
why? Go to, come on, it's
yeah,
everybody
yes,
there.
yes. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I totally believe one day that's gonna happen because you know your talent is something that the world should really know about. You know, I was gonna ask you this question as well. When did you realize like, okay, I'm onto something? Because you know that sometimes like, you know, as an artist, you start doing music and you know sometimes some people are lucky, they just kind of blow up straight away. But other people, you know, they keep going, nothing happens for a while, and then all of a sudden there's one song or one collaboration that they do that, you know, just kind of makes them, you know, pop, if you like. So what
Yeah.
was that kind of moment when you realized that, you know what, I could be onto something here, like, you know, this is something I really want to pursue as a real career?
Okay, it was when 10 Jungle Life. So that was like the first major collaboration I've had. I had like first major collaboration was when like I saw the reaction from Tenny when she heard the song.
Yeah.
Like oh girl was fire. I feel like
Yeah.
this is hard. She really like my song. So that
Yeah.
was like one realization like
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
yeah.
I found, you know what? I have to share this with the world as well because um, this is something that's really interesting. So I listened to your song and remember when we were discussing about Grammy and I said to you that, this song wouldn't be so dope if there was a remix to the song, And we were
Yeah.
just going back, yeah, we were going back and forth, and I was thinking, who would sound like killer in this song? Like King Maddie will absolutely kill the song, and that's when you mentioned to me that you had actually been in the studio with her before, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I caught her on her Instagram live one day, and the first thing I wrote was, "You've got to jump on Litboy Miday's Grammy track, like you sound so fire on that." And in front of the world, basically, she just said, "You know what? Shout out to Litboy that he's going to be a problem." That's literally how she described you. Like you're going to be a problem in this industry. So, like for that to come from King Maddie, how does that make you feel? Knowing that your peers also kind of like respect you as a fellow artist, and they look to you like they awe of your talent as well.
Yeah, it makes me feel good because we started together and everything. We went to a couple of times, and it was good to see that my someone I know then that we started doing together is actually singing those words for me. So shout out to
Yeah.
King like
Hey, shout out to King Maddie. Yeah, we're big
yeah.
fans over here. I think everybody already knows that already anyway. um, but okay, rapid fire questions. Who are your top five Afrobeats artists in no
So
particular
far,
order? Yeah,
uh,
no order, just top five.
Whiskey, Wandiko,
Wizkid, Wande,
Rema,
Rema,
Olamide,
Olamide,
uh, Faye.
Fave. Woo, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Shout out to Fave. Fave
Richard,
is like her talent is unreal. So
yes, man.
Wizkid, Wande Cole, Rema, Olamide, and Fave. Wow. You know what? That selection in itself makes me know that you know about music. Because if you actually take the time to just dissect those top five, yeah,
Those
you can't argue. You cannot
those are
argue
people I listen to on a daily basis, every day. I listen. I have
and
like a train song in my
yeah.
phone.
And you know what? Fave is like the curveball because she's like, whoa, like
Yeah,
nobody would really think of her like that, but like
bro, I love
she's
him.
cold.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nah,
yeah.
really good. Okay. Now that was a really good answer. I love that. What's your favorite song or album or EP that you're vibing to at the moment? Like, what's currently like on repeat on your playlist, basically?
I'm actually vibing to what was it? I can't remember the name of the project from Magic's
Oh,
you
Magic.
know
Okay.
Magic,
Yeah, I know
yeah,
Magic's. Yeah. He's on the Maven. Is
maybe
he's a
yeah,
fan of Maven, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Shout out to
yeah,
Magic's. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a really dope artist. So okay,
Yeah, that's
vibing to
it.
Magic's at the moment. Okay, I have to admit I haven't actually heard his project yet. I think I saw that it was going to be released, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's dropped yet, so I'm going to check him out. That's really good. So, what's your
Yeah.
favorite meal?
Pounded yam. I love pounded yam. Angelo
Okay,
fries.
nice.
Pounded yam.
Interestingly
Yeah.
enough, those are actually my two favorite meals as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. What soup? What soup with the pounded yam?
Vegetable or egusi soup.
Egusi soup.
Vegetable or egusi. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vegetable for-
That's right. Okay. And final question: what's your star sign? What's your star sign?
Aquarius. Okay.
Yeah, an Aquarius. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think now is the time where we have to kind of share with the world. There's another little story because I mentioned at the top of the show like how I met you and how I came across your music and how that kind
Yeah.
of blossomed into this relationship where we were sending you were sending me tracks and I was reviewing them and we just got
Yeah.
along so well from there.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to share with the world is regarding how when decided to start doing the podcast, I reached out to you and I was like, yo, do you know any kind of dope producers? Because I needed like some intro music for the podcast. And I remember, you came back straight away and you said, you've got to like contact this guy. He's called Quality, and he's gonna hook you up. Don't worry. So I reached out to Quality. Shout out to Quality.
Shout
And he actually made he did me like about three instrumentals, for the background music to the podcast. So, when I called him back, because he had messaged me and said, he's got like three tracks ready for me that I need to kind of listen to pick which one I want to use. So then I called him, he played me the first one, and I was like, so it's okay, I'm not really feeling it, but it's all right, And then he was about to play me the second one, and by mistake, he now actually played me the track that is now the background music to the podcast. So I said to him, no, 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 what's that one? What's that one? What's that one? And he goes, oh, this is just another track that he, like produced, blah, blah, blah. I said, this guy, that's the one that I want. Exactly. That's the main one now. Why did you want the main one? So,
Yes.
he played it for me and I was like, yo, that's the one. Because as soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, that is out of here. I love that. So that's how that became, the bumper music to the podcast. And then also another interesting story, I called you on your birthday because I was really grateful that everything was coming together and I had the track, I had different things kind of piecing together for the podcast. So
Yeah.
I said, and then I saw it was your birthday, so I said, let me highlight a Litboy for your birthday, and I then sent you the track, and I remember you saying, "Yo, do you need anybody to jump on that?" And I was like, "You would do that," and I remember feeling so like um, so grateful and so humble, like like someone who has your talent would actually jump on the track. But I guess that's just testament to your artistry because you heard the music and you felt like the instrumental was naked without vocals. So it kind of
Exactly.
felt like you had to kind of like close this. You had to jump on it, like
Yeah. The space. Yeah.
yeah. So when you jumped on it, like I remember when you sent me the final. You sent me the first verse actually, and I remember
Yeah.
thinking, wow, like this sounds fire. And then
Yeah.
remember I messaged you back. I was like, yo, you got to record a second verse because you can't just leave us hanging. That was too mad.
So
But yeah, no, that was really dope, and that just basically kind of all those little things that came together, those moments, all led to us really discussing, and saying, what, like, we need to drop that track. We need to drop that track. So we've got a very special announcement to make. We've got a new track titled
wait.
Famimora,
That's
a
it.
world premiere of Famimora. That's going to be dropping next week, Friday. So make sure you look out for that. It's called Famimora by Litboy. And I tell you, it's absolutely out of this world. And another thing I was going to say, I wanted to say a quick thank you to Litboy for coming on the show. My first
Thanks for
gig
having
was
me.
absolutely amazing. It's been wonderful chopping it up with
Yes.
you.
It
And I know
was.
that we're going to have many, many more of these interviews, but this is just the first one. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come on. But to all the fans and to all the audience, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Afrobeats All Access Podcast. We've been through Litboy's background, his musical influences, like the challenges he's faced, his future plans, and everything else in between. I hope you enjoyed that interview. I certainly did. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the video so you can keep up to date with the latest episodes. And just support us, man, because this is what we
That's
do.
what
We're doing
we
it for
do.
the love. We're doing it for the love. We're
Like,
doing it for you
subscribe.
guys. Like and
Yeah.
subscribe to the Afrobeats All Access Podcast. Thank you
Yes,
to
sir.
everyone for watching. Thank you to Litboy. Till
Thank
next
you, boss.
time, take care of yourselves and each other.
Thank you.
Hey, my guy. Love, man.
Everywhere I go, said I love me, I dey find. To heal all the scars, now the truth me, I dey young. I know feel like you, I know the wind go, want to fly you to Puerto Rico.
Money not the formula, big girls them know.
I don't turn visitor, overstay my welcome.
And the sexy girls in the club, up. Okay, now. Getting easy, catch some cruise my cheese. You spoke one for day.
No job, you my nigga. Have $1 million when I smile for the picture. That's why I don't put no ice in my liquor. On my day, then no fit touch my energy.
Baby, some money. You know say you matching my steez. You know.